In India, village will never perish because the whole life of India, not only because of the history, but because of the ethos of India, stands on village life. So, village life will never perish. Ultimately, it will grow and it will flourish. Urbanization and the rural areas, they have to be complementary to each other. Complementarity is really the life of the human being.
This is all about the Grand Indian subcontinent, a civilization going back over 5,000 years with ancient texts that define economics, political rule, medicine, even surgery, and of course, the philosophy of life and living. Traditionally, India was a nation of self-sufficient cultivators who lived in a village-centric system of interdependent communities. A caste-based hierarchy was as much part of that system as were skilled artisans or thinkers and saints. Somewhere between medieval invasions from Central Asia and British colonial rule, the nation got impoverished. India was and is an agrarian society. Agriculture is a part of the ethos. In all parts of the country, rice grains are intrinsic to every religious ritual. The dynamics of this agricultural society underwent changes. Medieval kings altered the land revenue system. Colonial rulers changed it further. The peasantry had no say as rights and laws changed before their eyes. When independence came, land-related inequalities were glaring in the face of free India, and agricultural growth was at the lowest. No one can deny that the continued weakness of agriculture has been the root cause of poverty that India faces even today.
हमारे विचार में जब तक स्वयं स्वावलंबन नहीं बनेगा तब तक हम अपना मिशन पूरा नहीं करेंगे। भारत का मिशन है सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः। संपूर्ण वसुधा को एक कुटुंब मानकर सबकी चिंता करना ये भारत का मिशन है।
आज भी 83 करोड़ इंसान इस देश में सिर्फ 7 रुपए और 20 रुपए के बीच में अपनी जिंदगी चलाते हैं, जिसमें खाना है, पीना है, इलाज है, पढ़ाई है, सब कुछ उसी 7 और 20 रुपए के बीच में। ये जो संकल्प है, जनता का संकल्प, अपने देश का संविधान स्वतः को देना, उसकी रक्षा करने के लिए अगर बहुत सारे लोग उसमें फेल हो गए तो आज आम आदमी जो है, आज जो आदिवासी है, जो दलित है और जो आम आदमी गरीब, मजदूर, किसान, खेत खलिहान, जंगल जमीन, कारखाना, उद्योग और स्वतः काम धंधा करने वाला, वो सारा का सारा व्यक्ति आज ये कहने के लिए तैयार है कि मेरे संविधान की रक्षा नहीं हो रही है।
जमीन हमको मिलनी चाहिए, पट्टा हमको मिलना चाहिए। तमाम जो पानी के स्रोत हैं, उन स्रोत पर हमारा अधिकार होना चाहिए। जंगल से जिन वस्तुओं को हम इकट्ठा करते हैं, बटोरते हैं और फिर लाकर के बेचते हैं, उस पर हमारा अधिकार होना चाहिए। हमारी जो पहचान है वो आप गरीब, आप आदिवासी, आप दलित, आप आम आदमी।
In spite of tremendous political diversity in India, there is no real place or space for the voice of the poor. It is no surprise that the face of poverty does not change. In 2007, 28,000 landless people from different parts of the country marched into the capital. For a few days, they were the center of attention, even in the media.
विश्व के 120 देशों ने भी माना है कि गांधी जी के रास्ते पर चल के ही पूरे विश्व में विकास और प्रगति हो सकती है। ये इस देश के लिए बड़ी बात है। जो उनका एक सपना था कि राष्ट्र को हम विकास और प्रगति के रास्ते पर अगर हम ले जाना चाहते हैं, अगर उस सपने को हमें साकार करना होगा, तो गांव-गांव के अंतिम छोर पर जो आखिरी गरीब खड़ा हुआ है, जब आखिरी गरीब के आखिरी आंसू तक हम नहीं पूछेंगे, तब तक हमारा ये एक ऐतिहासिक पैगाम जारी रहना चाहिए। ये हमारा एक संकल्प होना चाहिए।
For 60 years, Gandhi has been mindlessly quoted to the poor, the toiling masses who were the foundation of this non-violent struggle. Gandhi said, "The soul of India lives in its villages." Even before independence, India's Prime Minister Heir Apparent wrote in reply to Gandhi that villagers are normally considered intellectually and culturally backward. There can be no progress in a backward environment. He also said villagers will have to be motivated to mold themselves into urban culture.
Gandhi said the self-sufficient, independent villages federating into a nation called India. India will be a federation of 500,000 villages. So the villages will be self-sufficient, villages will be self-managed, and they will federate into a country called India. Now what is happening is just opposite. So if poverty need to be eradicated, problems are to be removed, then people need to take initiative.
Then came the Constitution of India, where 250 of the 395 articles were drawn from an act formulated during imperialist rule. Before the vote on the Constitution, the chairman of the drafting committee, Dr. Ambedkar, himself stated, "We are going to enter into a life of contradictions. In politics, we will have equality, and in social and economic life, we will have inequality."
ये असंभव सा लगता जरूर है, किंतु उसके बिना कोई चारा नहीं। आज बात ऐसी है कि हर चीज विभाजित कीजिए। विभाजित इस रूप से कोई राजनीति, कोई समाज नीति, अर्थनीति, सब प्रकार की अलग अलग नीतियां बनाई है। अलग अलग नीतियां बना करके नहीं होगा। ये वास्तविक इंटीग्रेटेड है। मनुष्य इंटीग्रेटेड है। मनुष्य ये एकात्म है। व्यक्ति केवल आर्थिक नहीं है, व्यक्ति केवल मानसिक नहीं है, बौद्धिक नहीं है, आत्मिक नहीं है, चारों मिलकर के व्यक्ति होता है। ये लोगों ने सोचना छोड़ दिया। इस समय सब लोग शहरों में जाना चाहते। कारण है कि हिंदुस्तान में आज़ाद होने के बाद अपने बारे में सोचने के बजाय पश्चिम के बारे में सोचा और पश्चिम में इंडस्ट्रीज के ऊपर ध्यान देने के कारण वहाँ शहरी संस्कृति है, शहरी रहन सहन है, तो सब शहर के तरफ भाग रहे, सारी सुविधाएं शहर में है।
Millions have despaired of waiting for reliable infrastructure, services and opportunities in villages. Even at the minimal, the city is a haven. Migrants mostly live in slums or unauthorized colonies with no legitimate status. The India that has been left out is desperate. Migration has spiraled from distress and has led to social displacement. 60 years after independence, India is a divided nation with a tattered society. A poor agrarian society could not support the collective interdependent rural system. Key players had to leave in search of survival. Giriraj Prasad and his family no longer make earthen vessels for the village community. They live in a potter's colony in New Delhi and cater to urban ethnic urges. 10,000 others live in the same colony. After the first national plan, rural India has been on the periphery, even though for many decades it borrowed from the Russian socialist model. The story got complicated once the country shifted tracks to a globally driven market economy. What could be the place of rural India in a consumerist economy that thrives on an elite urban population and Western consumption patterns? Mangali was also a migrant who left the village and went to the city. He worked as a skilled carpet weaver for a businessman. Mangali tired of the proverbial exploitation and came back to the village. That decision shaped his own future and that of his son, Shatrughan. Shatrughan could as easily have been a migrant. Instead, in a span of 5 years, he has learned his father's skills, learned enough that he can teach.
ये लोग गरीब आदमी है, परेशान न रहें, आगे को बढ़ते चले जाएं। अगर माँ मान लो अपने घर बैठे टाट का काम 50 रुपए कर रहे तो उसके पिताजी के लिए जो है तो बैग वाला है उसको बिने, लड़का है कोई दरी बिने। इस उद्देश्य से जो है सबको अलग अलग काम बढ़ जाएगा और अलग अलग अपना काम करेंगे, संपन्न रहेंगे। कहीं किसी से पैसा मांगने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी, ना किसी से कर्ज रहेगा। इन लोगों को खाता भी खुलवा दिया गया बैंक में, सह खाता के माध्यम से इन लोगों को पैसा दिया जा रहा है ताकि ये कुछ बचत कर सके, अपना कमा कर सके।
For this young man, there is no reason to leave the village and rush to the city in desperate search of work and income. The involvement of the community grows as word spreads. The participatory environment has created its own spiral effect. Now there is talk of value addition. The tailor steps in to work with the weavers. The same woven material is being used to stitch bags for school children and conferences. It's a regular system and there's assured income. Everyone is watching. The prospects seem good enough to entice even the village youth. Just a couple of years ago, people here sold firewood for a living or worked as laborers. Today, 120 families have formed into self-help groups of weavers. They say it's a blessing. You could call it SOHO, small office, home office. Working out of home instead of trudging miles with firewood load. Shatrughan is witness to the cycle from sheer survival to regular income earning.
आज व्यक्तिवाद का बोल बोला हुआ है, उसी के कारण सारे संसार में समस्याएं इतनी खड़ी हो गई है कि क्या करें कैसा करें समझ में नहीं आता। किंतु हम देख रहे हैं कि गाँव में सब प्रकार की सुविधा इस बात के लिए है कि लोग एक दूसरे से मिल कर के एक दूसरे की समस्याएं समझ करके काम करते हैं और एक दूसरे के साथ सहयोग करते हैं। अपना और उनका काम दोनों का भी सुलभ बना पाते हैं।
In modern times, opportunities enforce choices on individuals. These choices can even be unwanted choices. That, of course, is unavoidable. While fulfilling individual choice, society develops gaps and adapts to them. Soon enough, the gaps are no longer visible and in time become forgotten elements. It is a matter of time before siblings and grandparents become unknown or unfamiliar elements in the family, society's smallest democratic unit. Likewise, it was a matter of time before the poor became distant elements for an urban elite ruling class in the democratic state of India.
Ruling elite, whether it is the politicians or the civil servants, first of all, they are generally not from the background where they would have some understanding or some empathy with the rural poor or with the urban toiling masses. Number two, even if we forget about this factor, they are too busy doing other things and therefore they do not know what are the problems.
इसी के कारण दीनदयाल शोध संस्थान देहात में काम कर रहा है और देहात में काम करने के कारण ये सारी बातें जो मानव के लिए चाहिए वो उपस्थित हो रही है। इसलिए अपना मिशन पूरा करने का काम दीनदयाल शोध संस्थान ने शुरू किया है और उसी में से ये रास्ता साफ होगा।
India, the new global economic power, where it is agriculture that employs 2/3 of a 1 billion plus population. The Green Revolution increased agricultural production in the 1960s and worked well in rich states with assured rainfall. Since then, there has been no technology breakthrough in agriculture. Today, 40% farmers wish to opt out of farming. As a farmer said, agriculture is now just another name for the struggle of survival.
Public investment in rural infrastructure has been on the decline in the last 30 years, except in the last 4 or 5 years it has picked up again. It is mining of groundwater, it is the increasing soil erosion, it is deforestation, it is increasing risk in agriculture. These are the factors which have led to agricultural crisis and agrarian distress. And not so much, of course, research has also failed in a way because no new technology has emerged.
कहा करे जो खेती बोने सब सुखा गई खेती न बरसे के पानी का कोई सींच का साधन है ही नहीं है ईश्वर भरोसे सींच है तो भगवान बरसते नहीं हैं कोई जमीन में दम न हो है अपन बसारा कर रहे हैं और हर बोई है हम बीज बोबा है सब कहीं पे बीज नहीं है क्योंकि बिया तैयार हुई है ककड़ाई जमीन दीमक खा जाती है सब कि पानी पीने का हजूरी ठिकाने से मिले नहीं है सींचे के कहाँ मिला अब बंधा का जो है तो कहूँ जमीनें नहीं है बंधा बंधा लेने लायक बंधा बन गया
संकल्प यही किया कि ये भाग्यवान बना गए लोग इनको कर्मशील बनाना चाहिए कर्मवीर बनाना चाहिए कर्मवीर बनाने से सब कुछ ठीक होगा। गांव में जब मैं गया तो एक आदमी ने कहा बूढ़े आदमी ने कि नाना जी आप गांव में फालतू आ रहे जिसको भगवान ने कंगाल बनाया उसको क्या इंसान खुशहाल बना सकता है। आप कोशिश कर रहे हो आप तो इंसान हो हमको तो भगवान ने बना दिया है गरीब आप कहाँ से खुशहाल बनाएंगे। इस प्रकार निराशा देख करके मेरा मन लगा कि कुछ नहीं गांव में अब काम करना चाहिए और गांव का ही मानस बदलना चाहिए।
Archaeological evidence shows India had a well-developed irrigation system even 7,000 years ago. Across centuries, villagers built small irrigation facilities for themselves.
पहले यहाँ नहीं था पानी।
It was large dry lands that needed big projects with the support of empires and later the state. Kamta could never have done it for himself. It was a huge watershed program intervention that changed his life.
पानी से काफी फायदा है। गेहूं पाके लाग और चना सरसों राई ये सब हो लाग पैसा में बदल लिया पहले खान भरे का हाथ रहा है अब कुछ बेच ले थे चना गेहूं।
Unable to survive from the land, Kamta used to sell firewood for a living. Not anymore. Water is mired in contradictions. It is a national resource in India, but the onus of implementing water-related projects lies with state governments. The centre has been unable to control efficient implementation of irrigation projects by the states. Since independence, hundreds of small, medium and large irrigation projects were started. Yet, water has not reached the last farmer on the trail. Nearly 800 billion rupees have been spent on unfinished irrigation projects that started decades ago. Another 900 million are needed to complete them. These unfinished projects have slipped into the 11th National Plan, where the allocation for irrigation is barely 200 billion. The gap is huge. It is common knowledge among administrators and experts that irrigation in India is running at about half its potential. Siltation, maintenance, weed growth, name it, and it's not been attended to.
We have taken a wrong road. It's a top-down process. Everything is planned. There is a planning commission in Delhi. There is a 5-year plan by the commission, and this is going down to the village. So the planning commission is deciding how many hand pumps are to be dug, how many tanks are to be constructed. This is not the way to go. It's a great tragedy what is happening to this country. The planners and decision makers are blind. About 73% of Indians are on farm, either as farmers or farm laborers. And in spite of such a large number, you have an industrial policy and you don't have a land reforms policy, right? So that only shows how much interest the government has, the planners have in land and land-related livelihood resources.
My dad is from Gujarat, my mum is from Kenya, and I was born in London, but my parents have been there for about 25 years. Nanaji is an inspiration that one man can manage to, over the years, come up with a campus like this and projects like this that has helped so many villages. And I think it's so important because so many villages are now self-reliant because of the projects and because of the schemes and models that are in place by Nanaji.
I'm from a small town in England, in the UK. My mother is English and my father's Indian, so that's my heritage. I always thought sustainable development was where you give somebody, like the phrase where you give a man a rod and he can fish, but I think it's more you help them to do it themselves. Rather than providing them the tools, they should work, get the tools, and then complete it. So as little input as you can, apart from maybe just sort of support and guidance, but actual money input and physical, I think that's not needed as much as we might think.
The group of non-resident Indian youngsters is visiting the Deen Dayal Research Institute's Rural Development Project that covers 500 villages in a radius of 50 kilometers. For them, seeing this campaign for self-reliance at Chitrakoot in the middle of central India is an eye-opener to the country of their roots. Today, they are visiting a 1.5-acre farm holding, which is the average size of most land holdings in India.
As you know that in India, more than 80% farm families, they own less than 1.5 acre land. And this is because of the increasing population growth. And that has resulted in the division of land. And now, now we require a technology that will provide some solution to this group of farmers, that is small and marginal peasants. We are going to prove that the small and marginal farmers can even provide some income to the national capital formation. Then this is the farmer who has really done a good job, and he has not only practicing this 1.5 acre model at his farm, but also making so publicity in the area that you also do this system of farming. He is saying that he is getting 25 to 30,000 income from vegetable growing, as he has taken vegetable as a cash crop in at his farm. Then it is the source of income for his family, and the rest of the whatever the needs of the families, they are met from farm holding. In idea behind is to how we can increase further his income and can provide the nutritional security. As you know, the mushroom is the richest source of protein, and in this area malnutrition is the major problem, particularly in this area as well as even in India.
Khushwaha keeps about 2/3 of his land for traditional crops that provides food for his family through the year. It is for the remaining 1/3 that he has adopted a new farm practice. 7 farmers in the region have already adopted it after analyzing his farm and income.
पिताजी के टाइम पे 4.5 एकड़ थी, तो हम लोग 3 भाई। पिताजी हमारे जब उगाते थे पहले तो इसमें एक फसल लेते थे मात्र 3 कुंटल, जब होता था बस। अब जब से सेच का साधन बन गया और यार 2-3 साल से मैं जुड़ गया आपके मझगमा से केबीके से। जैसे मैं पहले तो थोड़ा बहुत सब्जी करता था, लेकिन मैं मझगमा केबीके से मुझे ऐसा मार्गदर्शन मिला कि मेरे यहाँ आकर वो बताते थे इस ढंग से आप इसको लगाना है, इतने दिन में इतने एकड़ में इतनी खाद पड़ती है, 1 साल या 2 साल में इतनी खाद डालना चाहिए, और इस ढंग से आपको सब्जी लगाना है, ऐसा बीज आपको अपनाना है, इस तरह की आपको दवाई छाड़ना है। ये सब मुझे यहाँ से मिला, तो उसी में मुझे फ़ायदा है, उसी से मेरा एक खर्च इतना चलने लगा, मेरे पास आमदनी तभी से बढ़ी है। गांव वालों को भी बताता हूँ, गांव वाले भी देखने आते हैं कि आप कितनी फसल लेते हैं और कितनी पैदावारी लेते हैं। मैं भी बता रहा हूँ सभी लोगों को कि ऐसा काम करो ताकि इससे आमदनी है, तो सब देख कर मेरा रहस्य अब कुछ लोग कर रहे हैं।
India has the world's largest livestock population, 500 million, and more than half are cattle. Like agriculture, the story of cattle is sad. In dry areas, scarce fodder and water have diminished milk yield. Though India tops the world in milk production, the average milk yield of a cow is quarter that of a cow in Europe. Farmers hesitate to sell them, but poverty drives them to unwanted choices.
Government assuming all the roles and not developing people's initiative. In very large part of poor India, you have to have community empowerment, you have to have people's participation, without which schemes cannot succeed. Whereas our model was that government is all powerful, government will deliver, government will give this, government will give that. It has increased dependence on government.
A diverse breed of 30 Indian cows languishes in the absence of efficient breed development and a veterinary support system. India barely meets half the demand of its dry fodder requirement. The need to set up a national food and fodder corporation was officially recognized only in 2006. Livestock in drylands were ignored for 5 decades after independence. Water-intensive production to provide milk to urban areas was the primary focus. Unable to sustain the neglect, every 4th landless farmer has been selling off working cattle in recent years. Meanwhile, the demand for milk keeps spiraling. Land cannot be created, but laws can be changed. Democratic India is governed by imperialist rule without the Englishman. The British enacted the Indian Police Act in 1861. A democratic nation still functions with that authoritarian act. In rural India, it creates chaos. Nearly 30 million cases registered in local courts are land-related. People use the law less for justice and more for creating obstacles. The quiet harmony of a village invariably carries the underlying stress of land disputes. Land is not only a livelihood issue, it is a social, economic and psychological asset. Land ownership is confused and exploited by middlemen because land records have not been updated. The poor spend years and more money than the value of the land in legal battles. Local level intervention is not easy, but sustained community interaction can resolve disputes.
जो चौमासे नहीं करो तो इनके घर कैती से भाई के जाओ कि तो यही से भाई के जाओ वो कोलिया मसारे में इतना गांठी से कांदो हो जाते।
A dispute-free village saves money and frees people to think of progress. In Chitrakoot, people have begun to believe that.
आप कलेक्टर को बुला के आप अपने नाम करा लिए हो।
आप जानते हैं कि कम से कम इस देश में 32 करोड़ लोग ऐसे हैं जब रात को सोते हैं तो उनको 2 वक्त का खाना नसीब नहीं होता। तो बड़े शर्म की बात है कि उत्तर प्रदेश के जो किसान हैं, सारे देश में जो किसान की आय है सबसे कम जो है वो उत्तर प्रदेश में है। आपकी जो मासिक आय है एक परिवार की, जिसमें 5 सदस्य हैं और 2 जानवर भी रहते हैं, 1680 रुपए आंकी गई है सरकार द्वारा। 1680 रुपए में आपका परिवार 5 लोग और 2 जानवर भी उसमें रहते हैं। सारे देश की अगर हम किसान की औसतन आय देखते हैं तो वो 2000 रुपए है। 2000 रुपए अगर 40 साल आपको सारी खेती करने के बाद, जिसमें आपने ट्रैक्टर भी लिया, अंग्रेजी खाद भी छिड़की, रासायनिक दवाइयां भी छिड़की, उसके बाद अगर यही सब निकला अभी तक, तो आप बताइए आपको खेती से क्या लाभ हुआ।
Those who are in poverty would be around 70% of our population. Those who are below the poverty line is only 28% in rural areas. So therefore, we are measuring only the ultra poor, and a large number of poor, equal number of poor who are above the poverty line are also poor but have been left out because of the definition that we have followed. Anti-poverty programs have very little impact on poverty. First of all, they are badly designed. They are at the conceptual level itself, they are not what they should be. And secondly, there are delivery problems.
Pro-rural policies are not necessarily pro-poor policies. What would nearly 500 million people say if they knew that an India self-sufficient in food exported so-called surplus food grain as cattle feed? That 30 food parks are targeted to double India's share in the global processed food market?
नाना जी की जो मतलब उनका संकल्प है, मैं अपने लिए नहीं अपनों के लिए हूँ। अपने वे हैं जो पीड़ितों में विवक्षित हैं, अर्थात समाज में वो मतलब अंग जो समाज के सबसे पीछे खड़ा हो, अगर उसके चेहरे पे हम मुस्कान ला सकें तो हमारी सफलता तभी आंकी जाएगी जब हम सबसे गरीब, सबसे उपेक्षित, सबसे पिछड़ा, सबसे पीड़ित
आदमी के अंदर वो मुस्कान ला सकें कि वो समाज में सम्मानित नागरिक के तरह जीवन यापन कर सके, वही हमारी सफलता की कहानी हो सकती है।
There are 38 graduate couples working in the Chitrakoot area to make village self-reliance a reality. Babita and Jitendra are one such couple. They are commonly referred to as social architects.
सबसे पहले तो हम लोग अपनी व्यक्तिगत जो दिनचर्या होती है उसको सही रखते हैं। अगर हम सही रहेंगे तभी दूसरे को शिक्षा दे सकते हैं। अब एक छोटा सा उदाहरण देते हैं हम, जैसे जनसंख्या नियंत्रण के ऊपर हम लोगों को समझाते हैं कि आप भैया जनसंख्या नियंत्रण थोड़ा रखिए, बच्चे ज़्यादा मत करिए। उसका अशिक्षा भी, अब भुखमरी भी, बेकारी, गरीबी सब जनसंख्या अधिकता के कारण हो रहा है। तो हम लोग ऐसा करते हैं कि हम पहले स्वयं जनसंख्या नियंत्रित करें, तब तो दूसरों को शिक्षा दें।
The graduate couples come from all parts of the country, live in the village within the community, build relationships and take their village onto the path of all-round development and progress.
दर्द हमेशा करता है खाना।
हाँ, दर्द पिराते रहा। ऐसे बंद
वैसे अब वो वाला खत्म हो गया जैसे वो होता था ना पहले।
हाँ, वो तो खत्म। तो यहाँ चाबे तक पिराती।
नहीं, ठीक हो जाएगा। दो बार और सफाई कराइए।
सफाई का मना की?
हाँ,
तो नहीं, सफाई के मतलब ये नहीं
दिखाई दवा।
The graduate couples relentlessly pursue one target: to make people's participation and initiative a reality.
तो फिर कर लेंगे, ठीक है ना? तो अभी हम भिजवा
रोजाना जो है 50-60 रुपए कमा लेंगे।
ठीक है, तो नत्थू भैया आएंगे फिर हम भिजवा देंगे। ठीक है।
तो हम कहा स्कूल में बात कर।
एक अंधी महिला थी, उसको गांव वालों ने उनकी चिंता किया। वो लोग सोचे कि इतना गरीब है, इसका देखभाल कैसे होगा बोल के उन्होंने कहा कि उस महिला को भी आप सिखाइए और उसको भी आप रोजगार दे दीजिए। तो इस पे उसको हम लोग ने उन महिला को कुछ सुकुनिया बाई को सिखाया पूरा प्रिकिंग कैसे करना। उसके बाद वो भी लगभग 8 किलो 10 किलो गोदती थी। तो प्रति किलो उसको 2 रुपए 3 रुपए के हिसाब से हम लोग ऐसा 20-26 रुपए वो कमा लेती थी। इस तरह का हम लोग ने यहाँ पे एक काम किया हुआ है।
The proportion of poor is the same as at the time of independence. India's rural development experiment has failed, and the cost of failure has never been so high. The country is aiming for a high growth rate without transforming rural society. Can the new market economy sustain itself without the simultaneous participation of India's rural agrarian society? Kamal, traditionally an ironsmith and carpenter. Till recently, he had to rely on agricultural labor to survive and make ends meet.
तो हमारा पहले काम चलता था बढ़ाईगिरी लोहागिरी का। तो चर्चा डाले भाई एक स्कीम आपके लिए हम सोच रखे हैं, तो आप करेंगे कि नहीं करेंगे। पैसा हमारे समाज शिल्पी अपने संस्थान से उपलब्ध करवाए। दुकान के लिए 2500 रुपये। पैसा उनने माले ब्याज में नहीं दिए थे। यह रहा है कि आपको मूलधन वापस करना पड़ेगा। आपकी जैसे बिक्री हो, आय हो, आधार पर किस्त बनाएगी 200 रुपये की महीना में। तो कई महीना माले पिछले साल अभी जमा किया हूँ मैंने, तो पूरा चुकता भी कर दिया उनका जो लिया था।
To say that every village should be self-contained and not be concerned with outsiders is not true. Just as to think that government can deliver everything without people's participation is also not true. We need a combination of both people's participation with integration with the outside world.
मैं खुद ही गांव का रहने वाला हूँ, बहुत छोटे से गांव का रहने वाला हूँ। मैंने गांव से सीखा नहीं, गांव में पैदा हुआ और गांव की स्थिति को जान रहा। मेरी इतनी स्थिति गरीब थी कि मेरी माँ ने आत्महत्या कर दी घर में बच्चों को खिलाने के लिए कुछ न होने के कारण। इसलिए मैं तो ऐसे परिवार में पला, तो मुझे तो सब बातें का पता था, उसी में से उठने का प्रयास किया है।